What you guys got another video. Microsoft finally fixed Windows 11's worst problems in 2026. For nearly 5 years, Windows 11 has felt like a massive case of one step forward and two steps back. Now, Microsoft promised its customers that it was going to fix Windows 11, and people were a bit skeptical, and rightly so, because there was lots of problems with Windows 11. But now it's more snappier. There's also lots more features that they've added that actually do work, and it's what people actually wanted. So we're going to go through all of that in today's video. But before we do that, let's have a quick word from today's video sponsor, CD Key Sales. If you're looking for cheap Windows 10 Pro keys, or you're looking for Windows 11 keys, then you can check out the links in the video description. Check out CD Key Sales website. They've got plenty of other software on there that might interest you. Choose your software that you want to buy, click the Buy Now button, and in the promotion code box, put in my code B R09 and apply that to your order and get a 30% discount on all your purchases on CD Key Sales. When they send you your key, you just go over to the activation center, paste in your key, click Next and click Activate, and it will activate your version of Windows and remove the limitations when you're not using a full version of Windows. So let's get back to the video. So what are we talking about here with Windows 11? I see so much rubbish on the internet talking about Windows 11 is constantly crashing and it's got blue screens all the time. And a lot of this is just fake news. But they have been adding in some really useful new features like point-in-time restore, which is a brand new feature that will allow you to restore your system back to a time where it was working. Now, this is not an upgraded version of System Restore. This is a brand new tool that will allow you to restore your PC and your data and applications back to a time when it was working correctly. A lot of people are saying this is just another recall program, but it's not. It's actually a decent program. You've got other programs like Quick Machine Recovery, which they've added into their operating system as well, which will help you recover your system if you're having problems with the PC. They've also added in a taskbar positioning, which allows you to put it on the bottom, the top, or the left, or the right, and you can make the taskbar smaller, or you can keep it at its default size, depending on what you want to do. You've got the option now to customize the actual taskbar how you like, and this is something that Microsoft promised they would start to change and add into Windows 11, and they've been true to their word. They've sorted out Windows updates, they've allowed you to pause updates, they've given you more control over Windows updates as well. They've also done a massive overhaul on the Windows security section, adding in location, microphone and camera up the top, and categorizing these all in proper order to make it easier to manage. Now, you can turn a lot of this stuff off, which is what I do with group policy, but again, that's entirely up to you. They've also allowed you to turn off certain features in the search. For instance, when you're doing a search in the search box, you used to be able to get web searches showing up. If you don't want that and you just want local search showing up, you can turn these features off now. So these are two new added buttons they've added in. Unfortunately, when you search the internet on YouTube, you'll see tons of channels that are promoting Windows 11 as absolute trash, and it just doesn't work, and it constantly crashes and causes blue screens. And of course, these are all fake news channels, and there's lots of them. And unfortunately, some of these channels are real people that are doing it to try and put the hurt on Microsoft and Windows 11. You can see right here that the growth for Windows 11 has grown quite a bit, and this was because Windows 10 was reaching end of life, and now Microsoft have extended Windows 10 end of life to 2027. But did they do that deliberately to try and get people to go over to Windows 11? Maybe they were intending to extend Windows 10 for 3 years all along, but they did it 1 year at a time, hoping that people would start to install Windows 11. And of course they have done, as you can see right here. But some people have gone back to Windows 10 because it started to grow again. Now, some of the bigger problems are still existing in Windows 11, and that's to do with telemetry and to do with privacy and to do with Copilot and AI, and it's also to do with recall and a lot of other things like hardware requirements. Another thing I wanted to point out is people ask whether Windows 11 is stable, and the short answer to that is yes. but you'll get YouTube channels on YouTube making videos about every little small error, like the recycle bin display issue. Of course, that's already been resolved. It got resolved immediately, but there'll be some people making a big deal out of it. And that's because they're predominantly a Linux user and they're trashing Windows with every chance they can get. And all these have been resolved for 24H2. So if you are still using Windows 11 24H2, you'll be pleased to see that all of the issues have been fixed. And there's also Windows 11 version 25H2, which some people are on. And again, all of these issues have been fixed. There's no major issues known in this version of Windows. So that's good news. And there's no issues on 26H1 as well. That's been fully fixed and working correctly. So as you can see right here, there's no known issues with 26H1. So how stable is Windows 11? If you do a bit of research on YouTube, you'll see Windows 11 videos and how bad it is, where it's crashing, it's causing all sorts of issues. And let me tell you, it's all nonsense. There isn't that many problems with Windows 11. Yes, they've had the odd issue with BitLocker, which I've also brought to your attention on this channel, but you will not find Windows 11 unstable where it's causing major blue screens, crashing, and you're getting major problems with the operating system. That's just a load of nonsense. There's no PC errors popping up on the screen, blue screens or anything like that. That's all fake news stuff that people make up just to get views. And these channels exist for one reason and one reason only, and that's to convince people that Microsoft is done and Windows 11 is trash and you should use Linux. And that's what they're trying to achieve. Now, another question I see a lot is how difficult it is to debloat Windows. Look at this right here. These are group policy files that I've already adjusted. I can copy these files and put them into the group policy folder inside Windows, inside System 32. And then what we need to do once we get down here is look for the group policy folder. Now, this will be a hidden folder, so you will need to show hidden files, folders and drives on your computer. I'll quickly show you right here. You can see it's translucent. Go up to the three dots, options, and then go from here, go to view, and you'll see it already showing that folder. Once you've done that, you can click OK, and you should now see the group policy folder. Just paste those in there. These files are on my Discord server, and you can customize these. They might need adjusting because they're a few more months old, so you might need to add a few more settings on there, but most of them have been done. Restart your PC, and when you boot back up to the desktop, all of the settings will be configured correctly and turned off. So all of the telemetry, all of the stuff that you don't need, like I'll quickly show you here. Go back into our privacy and security settings, and when you click on these right here, all of these have been turned off and they've now been locked, so they won't go back on when you do an update because these are set as policies. This is the best and safest way of doing it because these can be undone, and it's the most secure way of doing these settings rather than just running a script on your PC. It takes literally seconds. So all of these people that are making out that you have to jump through so many hoops, once you put these on, all you'll need to do is uninstall all the bloat on the PC and it's done. So what is the state of Windows 11? Well, in my personal opinion, I think it's a lot better than what it was, say, 5-6 months ago. They seem to have gotten control over a lot of the issues they had with Windows 11. The updates are a lot more stable when they're coming down. Yes, you are still going to get the odd issue now and again. Every operating system has that every so often. You're never going to have the perfect operating system no matter what you use. And remember, some of the updates that are broken are not widespread issues. They are just small issues. But of course, they get amplified by people creating YouTube videos to make it seem like it's bigger than what it actually is. And unfortunately, that just really damages the reputation of Windows in general. Now, there's still a few issues that need to be resolved with Windows 11. One of them is obviously the forced Microsoft accounts. I think they are talking about making that possible to sign into a local account during the out-of-box experience. People are hoping that the hardware requirements are going to be lowered. I can't see that happening in my personal opinion. The whole telemetry thing, I just can't see just disappearing and going away. And the same thing for Copilot. I can't see that just going away. People will be able to remove it and uninstall it, but unfortunately it's part of Windows. But you can turn those features off with group policy or scripts or whatever it is you want to use. So if those are deal breakers for you, then unfortunately you can choose to use something else. Now, of course, it goes without saying I'd like to see Copilot completely removed from Windows 11. I'd also like to see the telemetry dampened down quite a bit. And I'd also like to see less bloat inside the operating system. But we'll have to wait and see how far Microsoft go with it. Unfortunately, it's never going to be perfect because people will always hate it regardless. And yes, you're going to have to set up Windows 11 and get it to the way you like it and uninstall a bunch of applications you don't want and turn off a bunch of telemetry settings and obviously go through and get your privacy settings the way you like them. And once you've done that, you should be able to use Windows 11 perfectly fine. I think if they can get Windows 11 back to how it was with 23H2, it will be perfectly fine. But we'll just have to wait and see how far Microsoft are willing to go to win back its customers. Anyway, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, what you think and whether you think that Windows 11 can be fixed to the way you want it to make you use it, because I'll be interested to read your comments. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Also, I just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who joined my YouTube members group. I appreciate the support. Have a lovely weekend and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.